Let's find some day trades, swing trades, and option trades. Hello, traders. It is Tuesday, May 19th. We're about 3 hours into trading. Let's see what the market's doing today. We had a huge run up yesterday. Man, what a rally. Take a look at that daily chart. You can see how the market gapped up right up to that relative high at SPY 295. It was able to hold the gains the entire day. We'll go to that 15-minute chart. There you can see that big gap it held throughout the course of the day. As I had mentioned to you yesterday, I said, you know what, the market's floating higher. We're likely to compress and close near that resistance level at SPY 295. That's exactly what we did. I think that this week there's a chance for us to even test the 100-day moving average at SPY 297.50 approximately. We'll take a look at that 100-day moving average. We're going to click the 200-day and the 100-day, and you can see the 100-day coming in there at 297.22, and we've got the 200-day just below that 300 level on the SPY. Now, the fact that we were able to hold that gain and close near that relative high tells me that the bid to the market is very strong. We had some good news on the vaccine front. Moderna looks like they've got a really successful vaccine. The CEO said yesterday that they think that they can get a few million doses ready by the end of the year. That would be very, very promising in terms of reopening the economy and everyone getting their lives back on track, which, by the way, we do have states reopening. Everyone was very cautious in reopening. Companies had lots of procedures in place to make sure that there was social distancing. And the fear of having a resurgence in those states that were reopening hasn't materialized. Georgia actually had a decrease of 12% of new cases in the last week. Florida had a decrease of 14% in new cases during the last week. Both reopened their economies, so that is paving the way for the rest of the country to start reopening. We're seeing protests. People want to get back to work. So it seems as though this recovery could actually take root fairly quickly. So there's a lot of optimism in the marketplace right now. Asset managers know that they have the Fed as a safety net because they'll do anything and everything imaginable to prevent any kind of credit crisis. They also know that with global interest rates near historic lows, those fixed income yields are not keeping pace with inflation, so they have negative real returns. That is pushing everyone into equities. They would prefer to err on the side of being long the market so that if this recovery really does take off, they're positioned for a breakout to the upside. So, what's the downside for them? Well, they know that if things are not happening as quickly as they need to, that the Fed will continue to ramp up and add liquidity to the system. So right now, the market bid is very strong. We have to focus on bullish put spreads. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. So let's take a look at the action that's unfolding on a 5-minute basis. And here you can see the SPY tested the support level early this morning. And then you can see how it rallied up and it pulled back just off of the high and it compressed. When I saw these three dojis right here within the first hour of trading, I said to everyone in the chat room, I said, I hate to be a Debbie Downer here, folks, but I think we're going to have a very quiet day. And that's exactly what's happened. You can see that the high of the day is still intact. I'll put an alert line there just in case we happen to break through it during the course of the presentation here. I'll put an alert light down on a low of the day. So there's our range right now. We're probably going to stay within it. You can see that the high from yesterday is firmly intact. Now, if we do see a little bit of activity later in the day, I would assume that we're going to challenge the high from today and then probably the high from yesterday. Ideally, we close above SPY 295 today. That would be a sign of strength. And if we do close above SPY 295, there's a good chance that we'll test that 100-day moving average sometime this week. So I think you've got to just trade from the long side right now. Stocks look really, really good. Some of the beaten down laggards are actually catching a bid right now. Casino stocks have been pretty hot. They're starting to reopen. Although the casinos, half the slot machines are not going to be in operation because of social distancing. They're not going to be able to offer poker for quite a while. They're trying to think of how they might offer blackjack. Craps is another game that will be very difficult for them. Right now, the market doesn't care. They see the casinos as reopening as a good sign. So I think that there's an awful lot of optimism priced into the market. I would avoid really getting long a lot of the laggards and focusing on tech stocks, I think, is the best route to take. Let's put up the QQQ. First, we're going to go to the daily chart of the S&P 500. You can see how it's below the 100-day and 200-day moving averages. Not so for the QQQ. It's been through those major moving averages for almost 2 months now. You can see there's the 100-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. So obviously the strength is in the tech sector, and that's where you should be concentrating your efforts. Now, there are a few laggards that are starting to grind higher that I like. We're going to take a look at a search that I ran this morning, see what we can find for our trade of the day. Hey, wait a minute. Before I do that, I want to highlight the stock that I featured yesterday, see what it's doing. Visa was the stock that I had mentioned to you yesterday. Really like that one. Video came out somewhere in this area right here yesterday. You can see how the stock was able to maintain its strength throughout the course of the day and how it's been able to grind higher today. In particular, we were looking to sell a bullish put spread, and we're going to be keying off of that 100-day moving average at the 184 level, selling below it. That spread is in excellent shape. So nice pick. Should be making money on that bullish put spread right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a custom search that I just ran. Pretty easy. Looking for stocks that have had heavy volume today, and this compares the amount of time that's elapsed so far today to the average volume for that same time period over the last 20 days. So this is how we're able to find stocks that have heavy volume. We're also looking for option liquidity to be better than 0, with 15 is the max value. That's fine. And we also want a little bit of momentum, so I'm going to go with ADX on a 15-minute basis, showing positive momentum. And then we're also looking for a stock that's greater than the prior day high. Well, the market is pretty much unchanged right now, so that would also be nice that the stock's able to eclipse that. We're going to run the search. And then these are the candidates that came out. So not many that we have to take a look at, and there's some really nice ones in here. So I'll tell you that from a momentum standpoint, if you're trading some of the laggards, you've got to be quick in, quick out. You don't want to overstay your welcome. You don't want to have that economic news come out in the next week or 2 or 3 that consumers really aren't embracing the reopening. Right now, we just want to ride that optimism and ride that momentum. And so if I go through the list, BABA looks pretty good. BYD is a gaming stock. That looks good. Penn also looks really good. I was tempted to highlight those two, but again, you have to be pretty nimble. Be a good trade to be in today. I think it sets up good for a day trade. I think it might be one that you can hold overnight for a pop and follow through tomorrow, but I would not be in this for more than a few days. And you're going to see trading slow down as we head into the weekend. This is a 3-day weekend with a holiday. That means Friday will probably be slow. Tuesday will probably be slow. Good time to sell out of the money bullish put spreads. Take advantage of that accelerated time premium decay and a quiet market. So let's take a look at some of these picks here. I'm going to move it off to the side so that we can just click through them. AG, you can see that nice breakout right there. This is a silver company. Silver's been red hot. It's above that 200-day moving average. I like that. ATUS, nothing going there. BABA, really nice through the 100-day moving average. Unfortunately, we couldn't get any premium at that 207 level. Stock is too far out of the gate. It's through this horizontal resistance level right here. Alibaba looks pretty good right now. Baidu announced earnings, pulled back the entire day. That's a good example. Let's stop there for just a second because we traded this in the chat room this morning about 15 minutes after the open. I was watching the stock. I posted in the chat room. It's got a lot of relative weakness. You can see how the stock gapped higher, 2 long red candles closing on their low. And then as the market was trying to move higher, this stock was drifting lower as soon as it took out the low of the day. That was a great entry point. I made about $1.80 on that short. We had other members in the chat room who wrote it for a lot longer and did really well on it. It is starting to find some support right now, so that short might have run its course. But let's put that SPY up. and I'll show you the relative weakness I spoke of. So there you've got the gray line as the market, up, 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 up. What's the stock doing? This is when you would expect to see a bounce because, hey, there's good news. Earnings overnight, right? This is when the buyers should be lined up. Market's going higher, stock should be going higher. No, a lot of selling pressure. When I saw this, I knew this was going to set up for a good short. As soon as the market starts going down, it starts drifting lower. There you've got another market leg higher. Stock doesn't care. A lot of selling pressure. It continues to fall. This is what we do. This is what Option Stalker is designed for. It finds relative strength and relative weakness. That is our edge, and it works beautifully. So let's go back to the search. BIDU, no interest. Stock's been really weak. Might it find a bid later today? Very possible. BYD. This is one of the casino stocks that I had mentioned. Really nice. I like that. I think this is going to set up well for a strong close. I'm going to move this off screen again so that we can take a look at the daily chart. And you can see that it's breaking through horizontal resistance right here at the $18 level. Nice head of steam. Yes, you possibly could try and sell. If you're aggressive, you could try and sell an $18 put expiring this Friday, which is May 22nd. Would be an aggressive play, but I think you're going to see that type of follow through as it filled in that gap right there, and it's still got room to the 100-day moving average. Do not overstay your welcome in these laggards. There's a reason they've been beaten down. There's a reason that they've stayed down. They've got a long way to go before they start becoming profitable. So a lot of headwinds there. But for the time being, yes, good momentum. Costco chopping around the 100-day moving average. No interest there. ENPH is one that's been really, really nice. We had some members catch that one right out of the gate this morning. Look at that horizontal breakout, long green candle closing on its high yesterday. Beautiful follow through today. Right out of the gate this morning, it was strong. We had one of our members who was on that instantly. Market pulling back, stock powering higher. That stock went from $66 up to $70. Beautiful. Really, really nice. ERI, that looks really strong. Take a look at that daily chart. There you can see, nice breakout right there. These are all good. These are all excellent stocks. FSLR, some solar stocks are catching a bid, needs to get through horizontal resistance. HLF, I noticed, really nice. You've got this horizontal breakout. It checks that 200-day moving average after the gap higher from earnings. Finds support there. Now it's off to the races. I think HLF looks good. HPQ, it's been a laggard, trying to get something going above this downward sloping trend line. Couple of long green candles, not my favorite. This is a stock that I'm going to highlight. It's Lennar. LEN is the symbol. And in this particular case, you can see how the $55 strike price is coming in right at that 200-day moving average, and the $54 strike price is at the 100-day moving average. You've also got horizontal resistance at that $54 level. I think this one sets up nicely for a bullish put spread. So let's go in, let's take a look. And we've got Lennar up here. I would like to sell that 54 put and buy the 53 and give myself a little bit of cushion down to that 100-day moving average and lean on that horizontal resistance area, now horizontal support. Since I'm doing a $1 spread between the strike prices, I want to be able to get 20 cents for that. And I have gone out to the May 29th expiration. And as I'd mentioned, when you take Monday out of the picture because of a holiday, Friday's going to be slow, Tuesday's going to be slow. You take another 2 days with it, really helps on that time premium decay. So in this particular case, you can see that I tried to put an order in there, just testing the waters with a one lot here. I'm going to do the same thing. The order is ready to go, 20-cent credit, going to submit it, and we'll put it out there. You can see the order is open. I'm going to need a little bit of help from the stock, but that is the trade that I like right now. I like trying to sell that Lennar bullish put spread out of the money. I think Lennar also sets up well for a day trade. It'll continue to grind higher. It's got nice momentum in here. Let's take that SPY off. Let's keep looking and seeing what else we've got here for stock picks. LITE, very strong day today. Go into the daily chart. Nothing going there. I don't like it. LOGI, really nice. You can see gappy stock though, so it's an ADR, so it makes most of its moves overnight, but really nice follow through. Lots of people buying cameras and speakers and whatnot for their computer systems while they were in lockdown from the coronavirus. LUV, no thank you. There's Penn, really like Penn. Same thing as BYD. Let's go into that 5-minute chart. You can see the strong momentum. I think it sets up well for a day trade. I think it sets up well for an overnight. And tomorrow I'm expecting the stock to follow through. Really like this stock. But again, do not overstay. You're welcome. This is a short-term trade. So I don't want to hear from you a month from now when the stock's trading 20% lower. What should I do with it? This is for short-term trades. SEDG, really nice. Nice breakout here. Still has to get through that horizontal resistance. SPWR is another solar stock. You can see it trying to get through that 100-day moving average. So out of this list, my favorites for today, I like BYD. I like PENN. Those are both casino stocks, domestic casino stocks, and I also like LEN. So, easy search to run though. ADX, strong on a 15-minute basis, heavy volume today, good option liquidity, stock above prior day's high. Got all the ingredients for really strong stocks. Let's do a quick refresh, see if it's changed much. And you can see it's pretty much the same stocks in here. I'm just scanning very quickly. Had a couple of nice ones in here too, though. ERI was a very nice looking stock. AG, silver, and gold, they're on a tear. Those are both excellent stocks to be long also. That's it for today. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. That way I know I'm doing something right. Also, subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on your notifications. That way you'll never miss one of these videos. In each one of them, I promise you, I'll have some actionable trades for you and lots of education. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.